Hello, Merry Meet My Moonbeams, and welcome back to Fallout 4. Last time we were in the Mass Fusion building. Alright. Uh... Eh. Eh. Oh boy. That was not purposeful. Oh, we saw that one already. Alpha security units. Please inform your security officers that Dr. Noel Chandra is no longer welcome on Mass Fusion property. If he's seen within 100 yards of the place, please inform me immediately. Alright, let's go. Okay. To go back to Sanctuary, drop off my stuff, and then go back to...
What do you need, General?
What do you need, General? I need nothing from you right now, sir, but I really appreciate it.
Dude, it's like I can finally think straight.
Aw, yay. I'm so glad. Alright. Drop off all our stuff. Yep. Look at that. We got plenty of stuff.
You're tied to this place, kid.
Mama Murphy, I love you. Okay. Alright, there we go. The Boston Boogle. We're gonna go do Nick Valentine eventually. Paper.
Intruder, identify yourself. Use of deadly force is in progress.
Okay. Coca-Cola.
That's it.
Trumpeting truth for over 50 years. Article 1. Case closed on crime boss Eddie Winter by Mags Vesio, Boston Bugle staff writer. In a move that shocked and angered the people of Massachusetts, the Boston Police Department announced last night that they have ceased all investigations into the actions of the reputed organized crime boss Edward Eddie Winter. Speaking on behalf of all of the special task force that have been assembled specifically to build a case against Winter, Captain Jonathan Widmark of the BPD said, after reviewing the evidence with our colleagues at the Bureau of Alcohol, Drugs, Tobacco, Firearms, and Lasers, it became clear that we were in fact wrong. Eddie Winter has indeed had a colorful history, but it is not a criminal history. By pursuing our case against Mr. Winter, we would simply continue to waste taxpayer dollars and, even worse, condemn an innocent man. It was an unexpected turn of events, to be sure. According to the Boston Bugle's confidential sources within the Boston Police Department, the innocent man was anything but. As uncovered by Captain Widmark's official investigation, codenamed Operation Winter's End, Eddie Winter was involved in every crime imaginable, from petty larceny to first-degree murder. And although nothing was proved, everyone on Widmark's task force suspected Winter in the August homicide death of their lead detective fiancée, a Miss Jennifer Lands. Whatever the truth, it would appear that the city of Boston has nothing more to fear from Eddie Winter. When approached for comment, the alleged crime boss could not be reached. In fact, his South Boston sub-shop has been shuttered and his Harborside residence completely cleaned out. Eddie Winter, it would seem, has disappeared. Article 2. China Showdown, The Atomic Ultimatum by Mags Vesio, Boston Bugle writer. War. Has there been any extended period of time in recent memory in which soldiers have not fought, bled, and died, all for the sake of furthering the political goals of one government or another? The short answer is no. The longer, more terrifying answer is that we have not yet begun to experience the extent of human suffering. From Anchorage in frigid Alaska to Shantou on our enemy's doorstep, American troops have been embroiled in brutal battle. They have taken and lost many lives, a nearly uncountable number. But not entirely, because the truth is the casualties have been countable. These conflicts, however horrible, have all been, in some inexplicable, perverted way, manageable. Through taxes and various wartime revenues, the United States government has been able to fund a standing army, the likes of which this country has never seen before. The same is certainly true of our mortal foe, China. And with each dollar spent comes a natural accounting of how that dollar was spent. Every bullet, every bunker-busting bomb, every body bag. Soon after each is used in the theater of war, we know every how, when, and where. But the sad, obvious truth is the days of manageable war have nearly come to an end. In the minds of the world's great leaders, those billions of dollars haven't merely been spent, they've been wasted. Because here we are, after more than a decade of constant warfare, with no clear end and no clear winner in sight. So really, at this point, what other option do these superpowers have, if not the nuclear one? And therein, of course, lies the rub. For when China or the United States launches its nuclear missiles and drops its atomic bombs, there will be no one left to count the casualties, let alone the ordnance. No one left to declare victory. So then only one question remains. Is there any way the powers of the world can prevent a nuclear apocalypse? If there's any hope left for the world, we must believe the answer is yes. But these are hopeless times. Boston Food Riots Continue by Buster Connolly, Boston Bugle staff writer. In what can only be described as a scene of absolute pandemonium, on Friday afternoon, soldiers of the United States Army's 184th Infantry Regiment opened fire on a group of unarmed civilians after an unknown person smashed the plate glass window of the Roxbury Food Bank, promoting several people in the line outside to storm into the establishment. As of yesterday evening, at least 4 people were confirmed dead and 8 others injured, but Jonathan Corman, spokesperson for the Army, insists the troops acted within their authority. The soldiers in question issued explicit verbal warnings several times. Those people knew exactly what would happen if they broke the line and attacked the food bank. Hunger is no excuse for civil disobedience, vandalism, or in this case, starting a riot that puts the lives of every civilian in the area at risk. It is the role of the United States Army to maintain order in this difficult time, and that is exactly what happened in this instance. I would also like to point out that the soldiers of 184th Infantry Regiment have not had a food ration in 2 days. These men and women understand hunger probably better than anyone. It is a response the American people have grown accustomed to, as violent scenes like the one in Roxbury have played out again and again across the country as starving populace tries desperately to obtain food for its families. And as has happened so many times in the past, the civilian witnesses of the so-called riot tell a different tale. 85-year-old grandmother Hannah Henry was in line at the food bank and claims the soldiers had anything but order and liberty on their minds. They were laughing, joking about who they were going to shoot first. It was all a game to them. Those soldiers may not have fired on the crowd before that window got broke, but they was looking forward to it all the same. One can only hope that the violence in Roxbury will be the last such incident our country has to suffer through. But until America finds strength to question its domestic policies and the food to feed its people, the future remains uncertain. White House remains empty. Where is our president? By Mags Vesio, Boston Bugle staff writer. For more than half a year, the West Wing of America's most famous residence has remained shrouded in near-complete darkness. A skeleton crew of manual laborers remains on staff to maintain the property, but no one has lived or worked politically there for several months. And even though the White House press corps was unofficially and unceremoniously disbanded at the same time, the media has remained steadfast in answering the most important of questions. Where is our president? At first, the assumption was that the entirety of the United States government had moved operations to Raven Rock, the military operations center located in the mountainous region of Pennsylvania, just a few miles northeast of the presidential retreat in Camp David, Maryland. But further investigations have revealed that neither the president nor his cabinet have been to Raven Rock complex in over a year. So if not Raven Rock, then where? Thanks to an extensive and exhaustive investigation, the Boston Bugle has uncovered the answer, and our readers will likely consider it as strange as it is shocking. The president has been leading our country from a Poseidon Energy oil rig just off the coast of San Francisco. It's certainly an odd choice for presidential command center. Or is it? Not as much as it may seem, as our investigation discovered. Thanks to the testimony of a highly placed anonymous source, the Boston Bugle has learned that the official designation of the oil rig is actually Control Station Enclave, giving credence to the long-running rumors of a secret militarized shadow government known as the Enclave that would take control of the United States in the event of a nuclear conflagration. And so, the mystery of the missing president has been finally solved, but in doing so, the Boston Bugle also uncovered evidence that the end of the world, in the form of a total atomic war, is also at hand. Sadly, the president's silence seems to speak volumes. Boston had its first World Series win since 1918 by Buster Connolly, Boston Bugle staff writer. As every resident of Boston is painfully aware, it has been 159 years since this city reveled in the joy of a World Series victory. Whether from strikeout, error in the outfield, or the ball that rolls disastrously through an infielder's legs, defeat has remained our constant, unwelcome companion, but not for long. In what has been one of the most exciting World Series races in decades, Boston has achieved a 3-0 lead over the unbeatable Texas favorite. Batting, fielding, and pitching have all aligned, thanks largely to the direction of the legendary coach, Dusty Wilder, giving this year's team the best chance they've had for victory and, well, forever. Even more encouraging than Game 4 being played here in Boston is the fact that the team has yet to utilize their star pitcher, Matt the Missile Murtaugh. With him on the mound, some are actually predicting not only a series-shattering win, but a no-hitter to boot. Yes, for years the concession stands of Boston have fed baseball fans a steady diet of beer, hot dogs, peanuts, and bitter defeat. But on Saturday, October 23rd, 2077, the only thing that could snatch away victory is an act of God or some obscene calamity of man. Tomorrow, my friends, the unthinkable will finally come to pass, and life in Boston will never be the same. Ooh. I mean, they weren't wrong, I guess. Anything about it? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, come on. I think I'm gonna end the episode here. I've just been wandering around with no real goals, but we'll get back to this next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!